is Lessing.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how many times you've done it, it still makes your skin crawl. A loose screw sitting out here somewhere in the dark, or walking around in that market watching women, and they don't even know he's there. Gotta hand it to gals like Evelyn.
To be bait for a rapist? I wouldn't do it.
Don't have to worry, buddy boy. Not with legs like yours.
Mike?
Yeah, Lee.
Closing time, down to one line. But I think Evelyn may have a live one.
Okay, stick to it.
I can take that view over here. Let's see, that'll be 50 cents for the berry rolls, Lieutenant, and 29 for the orange juice. $1.10 for the razor blades. Can you make out the plates?
Yeah. Looks like another Salad admirer.
Or a guy with ears as good as his eyes.
Guess it's another wrong night.
Let's hope it's not the wrong market. Get Lessing.
Right. Lee?
Yeah, Steve.
What about the rest of the cars in the lot?
All accounted for. They all belong to employees.
That's all for tonight.
That's it, Lee. Good night.
10-4.
Relax, relax. It's all over.
Thank you, Steve. Ah. I thought that guy on the register was checked out.
Everything but his IQ.
Well, the one following me fit the general description our witness gave us. You think it was him?
Well, we're not gonna find out tonight, that's for sure.
Well, maybe tomorrow.
No tomorrow for you.
Mike!
You did all right, Evelyn. But if that was our kinky friend, he won't go for the same bait twice.
She just wanted to cash in on that hamburger sale tomorrow.
Well, why don't you go out and buy her a steak?
I was hoping for a home-cooked meal tonight. She's got a lot of goodies in here.
Hey, I have a roommate, remember?
That's something else we gotta talk about.
Well, we can talk about it tomorrow. Right now, we've got a report to fill out.
Right? Good night, babe.
Good night.
Hey, lock it.
You know, she wouldn't want to hear this, but I'm certainly glad she's off that detail.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. I just don't think this is woman's work.
Kind of had that elevator hung up, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever seen you around here before. You new in the building?
Oh, no, I've been here a couple of years. I don't think I've ever seen you either.
Sure you have.
Listen, thank you very much.
Oh, there's plenty of time for thanks.
Mark.
You're really something for a law lady. And cute, too. Real cute. You and your friends were figuring on trapping me tonight, weren't you? Well, that's the way it is with traps sometimes. They just snap those old teeth right back in the person trying to set them. You scared? And I bet you fight real good, too, don't you? Yeah, I bet they taught you how to fight like a real wildcat.
And so, dear Lord, we ask that you give our sister Evelyn, who served the armed forces of this country and the police department of this city, and who gave her life in an act of duty, a peaceful rest in this grave until the day when you, the resurrection and the life, shall raise her up in glory. Then she may see the light of your presence, dear Lord Jesus, in the kingdom where you live forever and ever. Amen.
Come in, Evelyn.
You did it, Mike. You gave me duty.
Well, it was your record and your request.
Yeah, but it was your decision. I don't know. Working a stakeout, I finally feel like I belong. Thanks, Mike.
Nervous?
Yeah?
You know, you don't have to do this stakeout.
No. You don't have to take a case when it looks like it's going to get rough either. We're not social workers. We are police officers, right?
Guess I was thinking a little different.
Why? Because you're a man and I'm a woman?
Because you're a woman that I care about. You okay?
She was my only friend. In all my life, my only real friend.
Excuse me.
There are no kicks in a graveyard. You hang around here and keep dropping pills, and you're on your way, she said.
Evelyn?
Yeah, those were the first words she ever spoke to me. She was still a rookie.
Working juvenile. She told me that.
You know, I thought I was getting busted. But she just kept talking to me like she was a friend. And like somebody who understood, you know? Somebody who cared.
She didn't book you. Instead, she took you home. She did it more than once. We shut our eyes to it because we knew she was getting through.
Yeah. She got through all right. Evelyn changed my life. I owe her for that. Just hurts knowing I can't pay her back now. I'm gonna miss her. God, I'm gonna miss her a lot. Thanks, Mike. Excuse the mess. I just haven't felt like unpacking.
Well, I'd like to see you completely out of Pacific Heights.
You know, this is the same area of the 3 victims.
Yeah, I know it. I'm just hoping I luck out. I hope he picks up on me one night.
Sherry, no overtime.
Only what I'm paid to do.
Only what you're told to do.
Mike, I'm on this case. Don't tell me any different.
Sherry, maybe you're too involved.
I only want to do what I've been trained to do. And as far as involvement is concerned, I think we're all pretty involved. Mike, you put her on that duty. You were hung up on her, Steve, and she happened to be my best friend.
Involvement isn't the issue. It's who's best qualified and most experienced.
Well, Evelyn was one of the most qualified people in that department and one of the most experienced, and it didn't help her.
Okay. We'll talk about it later.
We gotta go. Lenny's waiting.
Who's Lenny?
He's a shrink we're working with.
Before we go any further, we want to make a complete profile on this scum we're after. Lock it.
Look, don't get uptight with me. You don't know who he is. He doesn't understand his problems. And you're asking for 8x10 glossies with thumbprints? I mean, come on, Mike.
Well, what about his M.O.? Doesn't that tell you enough to translate for us?
What, the corner market? That's a natural, a regular game preserve. Chicks on display there like all the rest of the merchandise. Shouldn't need a psychiatrist to tell you that.
No. What I need is a giant aspirin.
Hey, this looks great. You want to try it?
No, not for me.
What about the apartment? Anything unusual there?
Yeah, no sign of forced entry.
Talked his way in. That's usually the way. That's why women don't like to report rape. They don't like admitting they got halfway there on their own. Oh, sorry, man. I forgot you were seeing her.
Grab the pepper, please. She's a trained police officer, Lenny.
Off duty.
Yes, but that has
no
nothing...
buts, man. Off duty, she was a chick. I'll have a hamburger medium.
Thank you.
Well, this guy's got to be smooth. They're the same guy in both these cases. How many you say, 2 before Evelyn in the same neighborhood?
Yeah.
And with 1 in 20 reporting a rape, no telling how many other victims he left behind choking on their nightmares.
Okay, you say he charms them, which squares with what the one girl we've talked to said. She let him unload her groceries, and then he loaded her into the car. But how does a guy who's obviously as intelligent as this dude is, how does he become such a freak?
Well, if it's a profile of a rapist you're after, intellect isn't relevant.
Then what is?
Primarily his hatred toward women. A twisted view of sex.
Sadism.
Sure. Masochism, sure. Perversion, sure. Turned on by violence, by danger, the chance of being caught? Sure.
Now, wait a minute. Are you saying that this guy is smart enough to get one of the best women on the force to let him into her apartment, and then dumb enough to chance getting caught?
We're not talking about a rational mind. This is a man who's both psychotic and schizoid. And when you're dealing with those 2 aberrations, you've got an infinite variety of behavior patterns.
Wait a minute, Lenny. English. Simple.
Okay. In the beginning was childhood.
Very good.
His, the rapist, must have been a bummer. A domineering mother, maybe even seductive toward him. Weak father, if any. So he builds up a whole push-pull thing about sex and authority. He wants them both, but he can't handle either one of them. He has normal physical needs, but he wants to be punished for the worst act he can imagine. So there's a violent reaction in here. And it has to find a violent means of expression, you dig? Look, it's awful to say it, but Evelyn, being a policewoman, probably gave this guy the biggest high he's ever had.
Okay. Okay, Lenny, thanks. I guess we've got a pretty good idea of what we're looking for. Now we just have to find out who.
Oh, listen, you're not eating?
No, not for me.
Checked out the guy driving the truck?
Yeah, clean. Home with his wife and friends 5 minutes after he left the market.
Well, somebody else saw her and followed her home.
Yeah, well, we waved goodbyes.
Well, there was no way of knowing, buddy boy.
Yeah.
Well, what about the first victim? She's still staring at a wall?
Yeah. We're going to talk to the second one again. What was her name?
Connors, Nancy Connors.
Look, we're just going over old ground. I told all of this to Officer,
Hinnick. Evelyn Hinnick.
Yeah. Well, I told her everything. Intimate stuff, things I didn't even believe were coming out of my own mouth.
Miss Connors, well, can I call you Nancy?
Yeah. Do you want to stand on formalities with the kind of nitty-gritty you're after?
No, I guess not. Your description of him, it was pretty vague. You said he was in his 20s, medium height, dark hair. Could you be more specific?
Look, I'm glad I can't remember. I'm trying very hard to forget it. It wasn't very pretty.
I'm sure it wasn't. But now that you've had time.
It was dark where my car was. And he hit me as soon as he knew what I was... I should have stayed in Libya.
Where?
Oh, I've been working overseas for the past 8 years. Oil companies like this one.
I see. You said when you fell, he hit you and then he kicked you. Is that right?
You know, it left quite a mark. So it must have been a pretty heavy boot.
Boot?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. When you talked to Evelyn, you didn't say anything about a boot.
Didn't I?
No.
Well, it was a boot, all right.
What color boot?
Black, or maybe dark brown.
Do you remember what kind? I mean, was it mod, cowboy, hiking?
I don't know. Leather. Yeah, leather and laces.
You told Evelyn that he kept saying O.P. really likes you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Could it have been O.B. or Oli?
It was O.P. I'm sure of that. Isn't it funny? I just remembered another time he said it.
What?
He said, O.P.'s off base now, baby. O.P.'s off base.
Off base. Are you sure?
Yeah. Look, I haven't helped you very much, and I've said all this before, but...
Not quite all of it. Thank you, Nancy. I'll walk you back across. I have an umbrella.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Nancy. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I know I wasn't much help.
Oh, yes, you were. Yes, you were. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, Mike, what do you want me to do? Sit home and crochet a sweater?
Wouldn't be a bad idea. You might get cold working as a meter maid.
Now, look, Mike, a woman is going to talk more openly about rape to another woman than she is to other fellas, right?
Okay. So we're a couple of thrill seekers. Now get home.
Before I tell you what I got from Nancy Connors, or do you want me to phone it in?
Get in. Hurry up.
I'm coming.
All right. Let me have that whole sentence again.
Opie's off base now, baby. Off base.
Off base.
What about a military base?
The Presidio.
Yes, right next to Pacific Heights, and that squares what Nancy Connors said about those boots.
That's right. Black or dark brown leather with laces, like service issue.
Set up an appointment with the CO.
Right.
Call from outside, will you? Please. Sit down.
Okay, here we go. You're the 1,000-year-old wise police lieutenant, and I'm the 27-year-old rookie, and it's lecture time.
How did you ever get into the academy?
Truth is, I was rejected.
If it hadn't been for Evelyn, I never would have gotten in. Look, Mike, I don't know what's up. But if that Presidio lead comes through, I got it.
Sherry, listen to me.
And there's another thing I want to say, too. Everything I feel is on trial here, and you're a one-man jury.
Listen, Sherry. If we need another woman officer on this job, it's going to be Claudia Cole.
No! That's just not fair.
Wait a minute now. Whoever promised you fair in this job? Or in life? Is it fair that Evelyn is dead? Is it fair that people get stabbed, shot, and robbed? What's fair? Sometimes even justice isn't fair. Claudia is up because I say so. Because she's been around longer than you. Because she'll do exactly what I tell her without improvising. And because her chances of survival are better than yours.
You're all heart, Lieutenant.
Right now, Claudia is the best suited for the job, period. And someday, I hope to be able to say to another rookie that Sherry is the best one for the job.
Thanks. Is that all, sir?
Oh, Sherry.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
We've got 4,600 men assigned to the Presidio, Lieutenant. Inspector Keller gave me enough to start wheels turning on all of them.
And nothing's turned up yet?
No one named Opie. No one with that nickname. Not even a surname like Oppenheimer that could be cut to Opie, for example.
What about initials?
Only one with the initials OP. Name's Prentice. Orrin James Prentice.
O.P. Opie.
Bring in the file on Specialist 4, Orrin James Prentice, please.
Morning.
Good morning.
Well, now who would want to steal some old shorts and holy t-shirts?
That the right machine?
Yeah, I use the same one every time. I've never seen you down here before.
Usually at night.
Well, I guess I'll have to revise my laundry schedule.
Don't bother.
Hey, let me get that. There. That ought to buy me at least 30 seconds, huh?
Okay. I'm counting.
I bet you are, too. There's no way this guy's gonna score with me, right?
I'd say you were wasting your time, yeah. And your money. But thanks.
Oh, now, wait a minute. That is just judging a man too fast. I mean, we should go somewhere, do something first. Maybe catch a movie, go to dinner, take it from there.
Would you get your hand off the door, please?
Sure. After you give it another 30 seconds or so to think about it, okay? Just a movie. Tonight, maybe.
Open the door.
Not until I get an answer.
I gave you an answer. And if you haven't gotten it by now, you must be pretty thick.
I mean the answer I want.
Sherry?
Come in.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Sherry, I just knocked on your door about that recipe. Well, if you have time, I could show you how to fold those egg whites in right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've got the time right now. Come on.
You know, when I lost Mr. Wentworth...
Sherry, rain check?
No. I don't think we'd enjoy the same movies anyway.
Psychiatric report. Colonel Frawley, would you have his complete history?
Certainly. It's kept at Letterman General Hospital. It's one of our support facilities.
Now, could you arrange to have the psychiatrist meet with us?
Right away. His name's Dr. Frank Kamer.
Guess I'm gonna have to believe what they say about the new army. We've only been here an hour.
Well, I've got rank, staff, facilities, and 3 teenage daughters. I'll call Dr. Kamer.
Off all of his tests, I'd have to say that you're talking about a man with that kind of potential violence, yes. Then why does the Army let a man like this run around loose? Those are personality tests, Lieutenant. They're indications, tendencies. And we don't have any more tangible evidence that the man is a rapist than you do.
Tell me, Frank, any father in the picture?
Cut out early, a boozer, gambler. The mother told Orrin the old man was a bum. Well, if he hates authority, why do you enlist in the Army? Most rapists are schizoid. Well, that's that push-pull thing, huh?
Behavior, personality, goals, all completely unpredictable, like life.
And death. Was she coming in?
Nope.
No, what do you mean, no?
She's split.
Where?
I don't know. I'm checking the airlines, immigration's checking passports.
So who's that?
One of the victims, Nancy Connors.
Great. The only girl on earth who can identify Prentice for a jury.
She worked overseas for 8 years, has lots of friends, could be anywhere.
24-hour surveillance on Prentice. Colonel Frawley will take care of him when he's on the base. The minute he steps off, our men will tail him.
Wait a minute. Are you sure this guy doesn't have a record? I've seen him before.
You have. That night at the market, remember? The character standing next to me buying razor blades, remember?
No, well, that wasn't where it was, but that's how he followed her home, right?
I guess so.
You know where it was?
Where?
He was at the funeral. Just as we were leaving, you and Sherry were walking in front, and I bumped right into this guy. He didn't say a word, he just stood there. I'm sure that's his face.
Does that make any sense?
Perfect. Maybe, if we've got him pegged right.
Oh, I can see it. Hoping that someone would recognize him. Of course, knowing that no one would. Knowing that he'd gotten away with killing her. He must have gotten quite a kick out of that.
I want him, Mike.
Steve, he's a sick man. He needs help.
So what do you want from me, huh? Who's gonna go help Evelyn? All right, what's our next move?
Our only move is to get him off the streets. After that, it's up to the courts, right?
Right.
Okay. I only know one way. More bait. And we'll start tonight.
Prentice got off the base early before Frawley could get anybody on him.
Well, what about our men?
Didn't get word in time. He got through the scene.
Well, place units on all the logical targets.
Well, that's going to take some people. You still feel the same way about Sherry?
You think I'm wrong?
No, I think you're right. I just know that she's going to ask.
Well, then she's going to get the same answer. She's too green.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Well, guess nobody loves me, not even any mail. You going somewhere you want company?
No.
Sure?
Very.
Well, can't win them all.
Bye.
Bye.
Over there. Something fishy about that one. Can you make out the plate?
Wait a minute, we're looking for a convertible, right?
Yeah, never mind. The license is California, BZE298.
Now, looks more like 011, maybe 017.
All the places to park. Looks like a woman.
Yeah, I guess you didn't read the newspapers.
No matter how you try to educate them. Let me have these a minute. Damn.
It's Sherry.
That's right, Sherry. And if you were right about Prentice being at that funeral, then he must have seen her with us. Listen, if she gets in there, he's gonna smell steak out for sure. I told you no overtime.
Now, come on, Mike. I have a right to shop when and where I please.
Outside.
Now, wait a minute. You don't have a right to come...
Out. You're sure?
Who? Who are you talking about?
Our man.
You know who he is?
And he knows who we are. That's why we're outside and the other guys are inside with Claudia.
How does he know you?
Saw us and Evelyn got killed.
Now he may have seen me with you. Do you know what a control situation is?
Well, yes.
Well, you may have just blown it.
I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't know.
You didn't know enough to follow orders. You didn't know enough to listen. You didn't know enough to think that this department could handle this situation.
I said I'm sorry.
Sometimes sorry doesn't make anything right. Just remember that, rookie. I'm going to get in Lessing's car. Take her home.
Wait a minute. My car's right over there.
Oh, right over there, huh? Right in the darkest corner of the parking lot. Well, all you needed was a free love poster and a neon light in your navel. Miss Reese, you are grounded.
Grounded?
That's what I said, grounded. And if you break it, you're through.
He's the worst kind.
The worst kind of what?
You know what. Me, Tarzan, you, Jane.
Sherry, he's a cop.
So am I a cop.
That's right.
Well, I didn't figure you in the same club. Not the way Evelyn felt about you.
You're not Evelyn.
You're right. I suppose she would have done everything he told her to.
Probably, yeah.
Well, he wouldn't be playing Uncle Mike to me if I were a man.
Orrin Prentice does not assault and murder men.
Orrin Prentice. That's his name?
Yeah. Colonel at the Presidio gave us his file. One total freak.
He is in the service.
Till we get him, yeah.
Nothing?
Not inside. Anything from the other units?
All quiet.
Barrett's staying right close to Claudia.
Good.
I'll give it 5 and head back in.
Steve.
That's a bad lock. Could open it with a credit card. Have it changed, all right? Get a bolt installed.
Well, I never felt so dumb in my whole life. All that training to protect other people, and here I am with my own private security patrol.
Stop putting yourself down, okay? Mike must have had a reason for me to come home with you.
You mean if Prentice was at that funeral, he might know where I live?
It's possible, yes.
Oh. I wish you had that picture on you.
Why?
I don't know. I guess I'll just keep imagining things, you know, thinking every guy I see is him until I see it. Oh, come on, Steve. You don't have to do this, really.
How am I going to stay in practice?
Oh, please, Steve, don't worry about me. And don't look under the bed. I'm really going to feel like a fool.
I'll make that your assignment, all right?
Oh, come on. Okay, now you can't say that I don't take orders.
Put that in the report, too. You have any more closets?
No, that's why the rent's so reasonable.
What about the bathroom, tub or shower?
Tub.
Could you check it?
I've got sweaters soaking in it.
Just check it.
Okay. All clear.
All right, well, I'm gonna head back. Okay. I'll be getting an earful, too.
Steve.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Look, why don't you put the chair in front of the door tonight, and in the morning, get the bolt installed?
Yes, sir. All right, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
Inspectors 81 to headquarters. Alert all units vicinity of Pacific Heights area. It's at 10:30 at 421 Terry Drive. Vehicle registered to rape suspect Prentice. I think he's in apartment 212. I'm going in. Send backup units.
Something in the bag? You're not gonna need that. No, you're not gonna need this. Now, don't worry, Sherry. You can make it right. There's nothing wrong with you at all.
Don't do it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Officer Reese, get an ambulance.
You didn't give me a choice, Mike.
Happens sometimes. Maybe nobody gave him one either. Like Lenny said, in the beginning, there was childhood.
Well, that's perfect, then. Thank you very much. The room at the St. Francis is all ready.
A room?
We thought you could do with one night's rest.
Well, what are you gonna do?
What do I usually do, the reports?
It's not gonna look so good for me, is it?
It could have read a lot worse.
What about my career? Is that over?
Well, like I said before, I'm going to be telling another rookie, Sherry Reese is the best.
Thanks, Mike. And thanks, Steve, for the phone call, but I really, I'm gonna be okay. Just as soon as I get some of this mess cleaned up.
Take your coat off, buddy boy. How much do you pay by the hour?
What are you talking about?
So where's the vacuum cleaner and broom?
Vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, you're off duty now, Miss Reese. We got to clean up by the hour now. We get paid by the hour.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It's right in that closet, right where you're going.
Oh, here. Give this to the boy.
This is a vacuum cleaner, in case you don't know what it is.
This is a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Here.
When I think about some of the good times we had together, I get really lonely.
How long has it been since the divorce, Charlene?
Oh, about 2 months.
Well, Charlene, I don't think what you're feeling right now is that unusual. I've had dozens of calls on this show from women who have been through the same experience. And most of them come through it with flying colors. I'm sure you will, too.
That's what I keep trying to tell myself. It's just that, well, I'm just so used to being married that it's hard to think of life any other way, you know?
Do you want to marry again?
Yeah, I guess so.
Have you found someone who interests you?
There is a nice fellow I met a few weeks ago, but I'm not sure how I feel about him.
What's his first name?
Ellen? Louis.
Well, I'm certainly no expert, Charlene, but common sense tells me that now's the time you have to be extra careful.
Ellen? Hello? Ellen,
Because
you
she's
home?
feeling the post-divorce blues. She's marrying the first character who comes along.
Ellen?
Now, Louis may
Ellen?
be a very nice guy. But he's rushing in.
Her name is Ellen Blake, age 20-25. Cause of death, a single gunshot to the heart. Close range. I guess a .25 caliber pistol.
Sexual assault? When do you figure it happened?
Oh, 12, 14 hours, maybe more, maybe less.
12, 14 hours. That would put it around midnight, wouldn't it? No forced entry? Looks like she let him in.
Or maybe he had a key.
Maybe.
I saw the door open, and I was surprised that she was home so early. I just thought maybe she was sick or something, so I went in.
You know many of her friends?
Well, just the girls that she works with. I think it's Pacific Western Insurance.
Right. What about boyfriends?
No, she kept her private life private. I didn't know any names.
But there were a lot of them?
No, as a matter of fact, there was this one a few months back. They quarreled all the time, and then last night I saw someone. I saw him when he left.
Someone last night? What time was that?
Well, he left about 11:30. I was just taking some trash out, and
Can you describe him?
Yeah, he was tall, and he had blondish hair, and he was very handsome.
You'd recognize him if you saw him again.
Oh, yes.
You're beating one of the toughest problems there is.
What have you got, Charlie?
Huh?
I said, what?
Still not happy.
Well, you gotta make your own happiness. It just doesn't happen, you know.
I guess so.
You know, half of being happy is how you feel.
Hey, Mike, I was listening.
Do you have any prints?
Yeah, plenty. My guess is they all belong to the victim.
For a few minutes, and I think you're terrific.
But you really don't know me. If you knew me, well...
I want you to remember something, Lucy. If you don't care for yourself, you really can't expect anyone else to care for you.
I'll try, Terry.
Thanks for calling. Well, that was a lovely lady named Lucy, and this is Terry Vine, star of the #1 radio show in San Francisco, Vine, Women in Song, KYOL 93. I'm going to be taking some more callers, but first, let's have a little music to put us in the mood. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, Frank.
You got 2 minutes and 35 seconds, Terry.
I'll be back when I'm ready, Frank. If you run out of music, go into your famous Terry Vine imitation.
Oh, Matt Billings called. Wants a definite answer about the personal appearance.
Tell him no.
I already have. And Joey called about the format changes.
Oh, yeah? He didn't like it.
I told him you could lump it. From now on, you do all the commercials at the usual fee.
Good. Anything else?
Yes, a call from an irate husband. You talked to his wife on the show, and you told her to leave him. She did.
I did him a favor.
Well, that's what he said. Except he's mad because she didn't take the kids with her.
Well, if she calls again, I'll tell her to go back and pick him up. Anything else?
Terry, will you stop with this anything else? If either one of the Tylers had called, I would have told you.
You read me like a book, don't you? When are we going to get married?
When are you going to ask me?
Oh, if I told you, it'd spoil the surprise. Love letters, the usual stuff. File them, do whatever you want, okay?
Isn't there anything that you can tell us about Ellen Blake?
Well, just that she came from a little town in Oregon, and she was kind of innocent. She really didn't talk about herself very much. I've never known anybody who was murdered before. It's kind of hard to believe.
We have a description of a man who was seen leaving her apartment. He was about 35, blondish.
Oh, that sounds like Jack. Jack Burke. He works for a travel agency. Every time he came to take her to lunch, he'd spend a few minutes helping me plan one of my trips to Europe.
Well, you go to Europe very often?
Never. Oh, I just make a lot of plans.
Is this Mr. Burke?
Oh, no, that's Terry Vine. He's a DJ we all listen to. We all sent away for those.
And let me know how it went, okay? So you take that man of yours to Marquee Menswear. It's where your friend Terry Vine buys his threads.
Barbara Tyler's on the private line.
Hey.
Hello, Uncle Terry. This is Barbara. And I have a problem. I called my lover 3 times last night and couldn't reach him. You think he could be seeing another girl?
Oh, no way, lady. He's straight as an arrow. He was out last night attending to business.
Well, I only have your word for that.
Would I lie to you, lady?
Not if you know what's good for you. Can you come over after the show today?
Is that in the nature of an invitation?
No. It's in the nature of a direct order. Daddy wants to talk to you at 6.
I'll be there.
Terry, don't let him bluff you out, huh? I mean, he comes across like a big, ugly bear, but underneath it all, he's a man-eating tiger.
I can handle him.
Well, I don't know about that.
Trust me.
I don't know about that either. See you at 6.
Where were you last night, Mr. Burke?
Out.
Out where?
Just out. Went to the movies, had a drink. Took a walk. Went to a singles bar, had a drink.
Were you with somebody?
If I went to a singles bar, I wouldn't be with anybody.
Did you see or talk to anybody there? Somebody could identify you?
No. I just had a drink and left.
When did you stop seeing her?
About 3 or 4 months ago. She started going out with some other guy. We had a big fight about it. I told her that he was just stringing her along. But,
You mind telling us about the fight?
Well, it was more like an argument. It wasn't really a fight. Look, why don't you talk to the other guy? His name is Terry Vine, DJ or something like that.
Well, you're really a charming woman, Carol. And if you weren't so madly in love with Charlie, I think I'd come a-courting myself.
I don't know if I'd mind that, Terry.
I'll bet Charlie would.
He'd probably knock your block off.
Well, I love you for your directness, Carol. Since I've only got one block and I value it highly, maybe...
Frank,
you'd better
did you
remain
get those
friends.
crank calls put together yet?
I'm working on it. Excuse me, may I use your phone, please?
That one over there, please.
Safe with
We'll call the Emmy, see if they got anything yet.
And remember, life can be exciting, especially if you remain true to my show. I'm going to be taking a couple more calls, but first, let's have a little music, huh?
Terry, this is Lieutenant Stone.
All right, I'm guilty. What'd I do?
You tell me.
Ran a red light at the corner of Hyde and Market. Many thanks.
Do you know a young lady named Ellen Blake?
Ellen Blake. Oh, sure I do.
How well do you know her?
Not very well. We dated a couple of times. Oh, see, I got a picture of her here someplace.
Is this her?
Yeah, that's her. Well, like I said, she's a beautiful girl. She in some kind of trouble.
She was murdered last night.
Where do you get off telling her to dump me?
Hey, don't blame me. You're the one who uses her as a punching bag.
That's none of your business. You keep your nose out of it. You ever talk to her again, ever, I'm gonna kill you, Vine.
If you don't kill her first.
You hear me? The next one's gonna be you.
Right. Well, thanks, Bertie. What is that?
Oh, one of Terry's fans.
You put that on the air?
No, only on tape. He always saves himself with a 6-second delay. See that red button?
Does he get a lot of those?
He gets what he deserves.
And what do you do with them?
Oh, he's got me putting them together on a reel. Uncle Terry likes to play them for the agency boys.
Bertie's gonna have that report for us in the morning.
When was the last time you saw Ellen Blake?
3, maybe 4 weeks ago. I don't know exactly.
Where were you last night, about 11:30?
I was at home. I remember my answering service called me about that time to give me some messages.
15 seconds, Terry.
I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, it's still Monday, and a beautiful Monday it is, too. This is Terry Vine, and you're beautiful, and let's talk about that. Hi, it's Terry Vine here.
Could I have one of those?
Are you a fan?
No, I don't have much chance to listen to the radio, but we do have a fellow down at headquarters who's a big fan of Terry Vine's. I'm sure he'd get a kick out of one of those.
Would you like it autographed?
No, don't go through that trouble.
No trouble.
Sure he does. Very generous.
With love from Terry Vine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, sounds like a pretty responsible job.
Oh, it was, and it made me feel...
Who's the big fan?
You are. What? Check it with a witness.
You're late.
I brought a note from my mother.
Come on, Daddy's in the garden.
You're late.
He brought a note from his mother.
Doesn't exactly have your sense of humor, does he?
Or one of his own.
When I say 6 o'clock, Mr. Vine, I mean 6 o'clock, not 15 minutes later.
Well, I don't have a watch, Mr. Tyler.
Oh, well, then I'll buy you one. Take it out of your first week's salary.
Does that mean we have a deal?
No, it means that your lawyers have talked to my lawyers, and my lawyers have talked to me. And now I want to talk to you. The salary is unacceptable,
Well,
Mr. Vine.
it's my price, Mr. Tyler.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, disc jockeys are as interchangeable as spark plugs. Now, of course, if you don't want this job...
Oh, I've got a job, Mr. Tyler. I don't need one. But you need ratings, and you don't have them. And one of the reasons you don't have them is because you got a bunch of stumble bums working your L.A. flagship station. Now, you see, you need somebody to hype your rating, somebody like me, and my starting price is $125,000 per year.
All right. Can you start in 3 weeks?
I can hand in my resignation tomorrow morning.
I like your style, Terry. Welcome aboard. By the way, I released the story this morning. You'll see it in the morning edition.
What's that for?
I saw your knees shaking. I was just wondering if your palms were sweating.
I can handle 3 like him.
You can, huh?
Yes. One hand tied behind me.
Oh, you pinned him to the wall, right?
Yeah, you saw it, darling.
Well, you're going to be a big success, Terry.
Yeah.
You have a flair for it. Terry, just how far would you go to be a success? I mean, what would you do?
Anything. Anything. Up to and including.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the information. Right, bye. Remember this man?
Oh, with love, Terry Vine.
Yeah, it was Sharon Farmers that easily could have been the man she saw leaving the Blake apartment Sunday evening. And then I just talked with his answering service. They did reach him at his home around midnight. Somebody had been trying to call him all evening.
That means he was out most of the evening.
Yeah. Could have gone home, taken the call, then he could have gone back and killed her.
You seem to have it all worked out. Got a motive?
Not yet, no.
Allow me.
Medical report?
Mm-hmm. Ellen Blake was 3 months pregnant.
What?
3 months pregnant.
Paternity suit couldn't have helped his career.
Wouldn't help Burke much either. He's a married man. He and his wife are separated. He's been trying to reconcile the marriage. His wife is a very wealthy woman.
The music goes round and round. I don't know.
Homicide, Stone. Yeah. Sure, where? Okay. That was Terry Vine. He wants us to meet him at the radio station. He has something he wants to tell us.
Maybe he wants to confess.
Yeah, then don't forget your pencil.
I'm sorry, you'll have to talk to him on the air.
That for me?
Angela.
No. I don't know any Angela. Do you see this?
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. Why didn't you tell me?
I just did. How do you think you found out?
Oh, did you tell Frank yet?
Frank's not going.
He's a good engineer, Terry.
Oh, I know. He's a wonderful engineer. That's why I've kept him around all these years, but enough is enough. When I go, Frank stays. Oh, hi, Lieutenant. How are you, sir? Listen, why don't you come to my office? No calls, huh?
You're on the air in 5 minutes, Terry.
Yeah, I know. Would you like some coffee or something? No, thanks. Please, sit down.
Well, you wanted to tell us something?
Yeah. I did a dumb thing, and I want to get it straight.
What's that?
I lied to you yesterday about the time I last saw Ellen. I saw her night before last at her apartment.
And what happened?
Well, we talked. We just talked. That's all. It'd been over with us over 3-4 weeks. She kept calling. I think she wanted to keep the relationship going. And so I went over to her place. And, well, she's a sweet kid, and I wanted to let her down easy, you know.
Did you know she was pregnant?
No. No, I didn't know that. What has that got to do with anything?
Well, that could be a motive for murder.
Oh, come on now. I mean, it could be a motive for marriage or a paternity suit, but not for murder.
Well, I guess it all depends who you are and what you have to lose.
Well, I happen to be Terry Vine, and I have a radio show, and women are my business, my only business, and why would I go around killing my stock and trade?
Nobody's accusing you. But I would like to know why you lied to us.
I was scared. I panicked, and I lied, and was stupid, that's all.
What suddenly gave you this great urge to tell us the truth?
Well, I figured you guys were going to find out anyhow sooner or later, and then, well, it's better to confess a lie than be caught in a lie. Honestly, I swear, Lieutenant, Ellen was alive when I left that apartment.
What time was that?
About 11 o'clock.
Could it have been 11:30?
Yeah, could have been.
What about 12?
No, not 12. I was home by then. You can check with my answering service.
We already have.
I thought you might have, yeah. Well, I have a show in a couple of minutes, so if you have any other questions, you know...
No, nothing for now.
Listen, anytime, fellas, really.
I don't trust him.
I almost believe him.
So do I. That's why I don't trust him.
It's exactly 3:14 on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, and I've got 30 lines here. I think I'm going to pick one up right now. Hi there.
Terry?
That's right. What's your name?
Angela.
Angela. That's a beautiful name.
I tried to call you earlier, but your secretary wouldn't put me through.
Well, I can see you're persistent. What can I do for you, Angela?
I'm a friend of Ellen's, Terry. You do remember Ellen?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, she was a very close friend of yours until night before last.
Listen, why don't you hang on a minute? I'm going to play some music. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, I'll be in contact with you.
Hey, Terry? Terry?
What?
What was that all about?
Just some broad.
Wasn't she saying something about that girl that was killed the other night?
I don't know what it was about.
I thought she said something about that girl.
Frank, I'm the one that does the thinking around here. You're just here to push the buttons. Now, try to remember that, will you? Good boy.
I told you I'd recognize you. I'm Angela.
What do you want, Angela?
Ellen was right. You are better looking in person. She told me a lot about you.
Like what?
Like she was carrying your baby, and how all she wanted was to marry you and live happily ever after? Of course, you took care of that.
You think I killed her?
What happened between you and Ellen is your business. And all I want to do is go to Europe. As a matter of fact, I was planning to go next week, but, well, I ran a little short of funds, so I was wondering
if you could blackmail me.
I'd consider it a loan.
What do you want?
$5,000?
For starters?
That's all I want, Mr. Vine. I'm going to be in Europe in a few days, and I'll never see you again, I promise.
Okay, you got it. One time only, you understand that? I gotta go to the bank.
I can wait.
Yeah, Homicide Inspector Keller. Yeah, I remember. We're at the station? Okay, I'll be right there.
She was a very close friend of yours until the night before last.
Hey, Angela, hang on a second. I gotta play a little music. I'll be right back. What's on your mind?
I thought we ought to get together. We were both Ellen's friend. We should have something in common.
I don't understand.
Call me, Terry. The number's 362-9296. You understand that?
Yeah.
I'll be waiting.
What time that come in? About 1:15. And what did Terry tell you to do with it? He told me to mind my own business. Mind your own business.
I'll lay you odds that she was killed by the same gun that murdered Ellen Blake.
Yeah, they both saw Terry Vine just before they got it.
Well, we know that Blake did, but we're not certain that she did.
On Monday, we talked to Angela. She was just a secretary fantasizing about going to Europe. By Tuesday, she talked to Terry Vine. She had enough bread for a wardrobe and a trip to Europe.
Blackmail?
Oh, I don't think he loved her. Let's roust him, take him downtown.
You don't like him much, do you?
Not much, no.
Yeah. What do you say we wait for the medical reports and the ballistic reports and then go and roust him?
That's fair enough.
Why is it every time a woman is murdered in this town, I am the first person you guys come to see?
Terry, you just look like the right choice.
Look, then why don't you run along and let the grown folks talk, huh?
I want you to talk straight for once, huh? Now, where were you last night?
With a friend.
At what time?
8, 9.
Well, what was it, 8 or 9?
Will you settle for 8:30?
Miss Atkinson was killed between 8 and 9.
What's the name of your friend, Terry?
Look, it's my new boss's daughter. Would you give me a break on this, huh? She doesn't know anything about it.
Barbara Tyler. Barbara Tyler. And where does your new boss's daughter live, Terry?
42 Havenswood Drive. Look, why would I want to kill this Angela, whatever her name is? I don't even know her.
Could have been blackmail. Been any large withdrawals from your bank in the last 40 years?
Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna answer one more question. You guys arrest me or you don't arrest me, but I've got work to do.
Well, you're free to go. Just don't go too far. We may change our minds.
What'd you let him go for?
Well, do you have any proof that he saw or met Miss Atkinson?
Mike, come on. The guy keeps
Evidence, hard evidence. That's what we've got to have.
Let's go get it.
Well, if you're waiting on me, you're backing up.
Frank! How did the cops know I talked to that girl yesterday?
What girl?
You know damn well what girl.
I played the tapes for them. I thought she might know something about the murder.
You thought? Really? Didn't you know science has discovered that the beady-eyed, slope-shouldered baboon is incapable of thought?
Stick it in your ear, Terry.
Don't you talk to me that way. Hey! Oh.
Come on, pretty boy. When I'm finished with you, you're gonna look like 10 miles of bad road.
Terry! Frank! Now, come on, stop.
This guy's trying to get me busted for murder.
Oh, you're acting like children. You get back to the controls and you get into the booth. Now, you've got a show to do.
When I get through with you, you're gonna be lucky if you can get a job testing batteries at the 5 and dime.
What's the matter with you? What in the world?
Everything's all right.
Now, would you mind telling me what this is all about?
It's just a routine investigation. Were you out with Terry Vine last night?
Yes, I was.
Until what time?
Well, if I weren't a nice girl, that would be a very embarrassing question. Until about 8 o'clock.
You remember what time exactly?
Well, to be absolutely precise, Terry dropped me off about 10 to 8. Now you're going to ask me why I'm so sure, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, my father was just leaving the house for 8 o'clock dinner appointment, and my father is never late.
Terry, Barbara, Tyler on the private line.
Hi, Barb.
Terry, 2 detectives were just here.
Did they tell you anything?
Nothing. They asked some questions about you. Are you in some kind of trouble?
Oh, no, baby, no kind of trouble. Look, why don't you pick me up after work, and I'll explain the whole thing to you, okay?
All right.
Hi, this is Vine Women in Song, KYOL 93, where you are the star of the show. And I'm going to talk to one of you right now. Hi, is Terry Vine on the line?
I'm gonna kill you, Vine.
Who do you...
You hear me? The next one's gonna be you.
Hi, girls. I'm back. That little silence was brought to you by the courtesy of a technical difficulty, something wrong with the phones. And we're gonna play a little music while we work on it. Hello. I want to speak to Detective Stone in homicide. Stone. Hello, Stone. Well, listen, when he comes back, tell him to call Terry Vine. That's right, V-I-N-E. He has the number.
Well, Mr. Vine made a little stop here at the bank yesterday just before closing. Withdrew $5,000 in cash, nothing larger than 20. 11, huh?
And 2 years ago, Mr. Vine bought a .25 caliber pistol. Just came in from Sacramento. Serial number and make.
Oh, the DA's just gonna love this one, open and shut.
Now we can roust Mr. Vine.
Yeah.
Hi, Barb.
Now, will you please tell me what this is all about?
Yeah, sure. Let's drive, okay?
Good. Now I'll tell you what you do. You take these to ballistics, have them check these with the ones they recovered from the 2 dead girls.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you guys think of that?
What do we think about what?
Well, you guys are chasing the wrong rabbit. Whoever it is just tried to kill me.
You know that we're trying to hit Miss Tyler there.
Because some guy called me this afternoon, said he was going to kill me. If you'd returned my phone call, you would have known about it.
Take it easy, quiet now. Do you have that conversation on tape?
Of course I have it on tape.
We get a copy, Mr. Vine?
Why don't you ask your buddy Frank, and then do me a favor, will you? Don't bug me anymore, will you? Hey, what about that, huh?
You have a feeling that someone just punched a hole in your balloon?
Yeah, well, I've been wrong before. April, no, it was May of '71.
Let's just pick up the tape, huh?
I'm gonna kill you, Vine. You hear me? The next one's gonna be you.
No matter how long you listen to that thing, it's not going to tell you his name. Didn't you go to lunch?
No, I just keep thinking I've heard that voice before.
Because you've been listening to it all morning.
Yeah, it's like deja vu. I mean, each...
I know what you mean. Did you get the ballistics report?
Yeah, the bullet we found in the car was the same one that killed the 2 girls.
I'm gonna kill you, Vine.
Look, it's just possible that he's not the killer at all. It could be just 100% red-blooded American crank. Vine gets those calls all the time, probably.
You're right. That's it. That's where I heard that before.
What's it? Hey, wait a minute. Tell me!
Barbara's in the sitting room.
Barb. How are you, darling? You all right?
You've already seen this, I presume.
Yeah. Well, at least they spell my name right.
In light of this, I'm afraid we're going to have to make certain adjustments in our contract.
Yeah, I thought about that on the way over.
Well, I'm still willing to go along with you, Vine, but at a slightly reduced risk.
It's broke in the LA papers today, all of them, page 1.
Well, then I'm sure you can understand why I have to make an adjustment in your salary.
Perfectly. I want $175,000 a year.
I'll tell you, to tell you the truth, I was thinking more like 75.
Mr. Tyler, you don't con me and I won't con you. This is worth 20 points in the ratings. 20 points. Free, gratis, you didn't have to pay a thing for it. And you listen to my radio show today, and I guarantee you, this is the only thing those ladies are going to want to talk about.
Can you be in L.A. by the weekend?
I can be there in broadcasting Monday morning.
Good. We'll take out full-page ads in all the newspapers. We'll buy 1-minute spots with cuts from your shows.
Barbara. Darling. What is it?
Let go of me.
Hey, what's the matter?
You're just like him. 2 of a kind, a matched pair. You deserve each other.
Come on, what's going on here?
Terry, 2 people are dead. And you're going to use that to improve your ratings? Well, I was warning you about him. Somebody should have been warning me about you.
Honey, life goes on. Business is business.
Terry, was that your baby that poor girl was going to have?
Who knows? Does it make any difference?
Yes, it does.
Excuse me.
Hey. That's none of your business. You keep your nose out of it. If you ever talk to her again, ever, I'm gonna kill you, Vine.
If you don't kill her first.
Do you hear me? The next one's gonna be you. I'm gonna kill you, Vine. Do you hear me? The next one's gonna be you.
Frank, how you and Terry get along?
Oh, cats and dogs.
Had a fight, huh?
If you want to call it that.
What would you call it?
Oh, just a little push and shove. If it had been a fight, he would have ended up in the hospital.
Who had this reel of tape yesterday?
I gave it to Terry.
And where were you when Terry left the studio?
In my office, checking the log.
Anybody see you there?
Yeah. Don Morse, the other engineer. Hey, that's good. I like that thinking. If there's someone who'd like to see Terry Vine dead, you got the logical suspect.
Did you guys come to apologize? Well, I have a forgiving nature, I accept.
Mr. Vine.
Wait a second.
Mr. Vine. Frank tells us he gave you the reel of tapes with the crank calls on them.
Yeah, I gave him the penny yesterday. Why?
Let me get her.
You think the killer called before?
Wait a minute. Penny wouldn't do anything to hurt Terry. She's been in love with him for years.
Well, we feel that someone doctored those tapes. Could have been Penny.
Hey, I ask a question.
Shut up, Fink.
You want to talk to me, Lieutenant?
Yes, where were you yesterday when Terry Vine left the studio?
I was talking to Matt Billings about...
I think Mr. Billings left a long time before Terry did.
Oh, that's right. I talked to him before he left. I don't know exactly.
Where were you Sunday night between 11 and 1?
11 and 1?
That's when Ellen Blake was murdered.
Well, I guess I was home.
You guess?
Why, I might have gone out for a little bit.
What about Tuesday night at 8:30?
Tuesday? I don't know exactly where I was.
Hey, what's going on around here?
Mr. Vine, do you own a .25 caliber pistol?
Yeah, I get a lot of funny phone calls. It's in the top right-hand drawer of my desk.
I'll get it. You don't mind if we run a ballistics check, do you, Mr. Vine?
I don't care. I've never fired the thing anyway.
It's not here.
What do you mean it's not there? It's gotta be there.
I'm telling you, it's not there.
Well, it's gotta be there. Nobody knows it's here except Penny and me. Penny? What have you done?
Terry, I tried to talk to her, but she wouldn't listen. She said you belonged to her and that baby. She wasn't right for you, Terry. She would have ruined your career. She didn't understand you the way I do. That other one, oh, she was a thief, a blackmailer. All she wanted was your money. She would have taken everything. Everything we worked for.
You shot at me.
But I only wanted to protect you so they wouldn't think you were a killer. Oh, Terry, please. I did it for you. For us. Terry, I love you. I wouldn't let anybody hurt you.
You love me? Are you kidding? Are you out of your mind?
Terry,
Get out of my sight. Get out of here.
Terry, don't say that.
Are you kidding? Do you know you could have ruined everything for me? What do you want me to do? Thank you for it, huh? Would you get out of here? Please, son, get out of here.
Come on.
Just all heart tear.
I'll send you an autographed picture from L.A., kid.
Real hard to forget.
What are you looking at?
Man's right, Terry. You got a heart as big as your whole body, and all of it's solid rock.
That's right, Frank. I'm all heart. You just ask any of these ladies in San Francisco, and they'll tell you. Any of these hot-eyed, slobbering broads, and they'll tell you. Old Terry Vine is all heart. That's what they think of me, Frank. You want to know what I think of them? The women in this town are a bunch of stupid, insensitive broads with nothing better to do with their time than simper and whine and chatter into that telephone about their petty little lives and their stupid little problems. And I have to listen to all that dribble. I got to listen to all that garbage about their marriages and their husbands and their filthy little affairs, which, by the way, they try to justify by the use of the word love. Ah, yes. Oh, yes, love. Most of the women in this town are a bunch of sweaty, unwashed animals with the feelings of a snail and the mentality of a sea anemone. They are self-indulgent, and they're stupid, and they're sick. And the only reason I listen to them is because I am paid to. And I'm paid an awful lot of money. Hi there, girls. That was our favorite engineer, Frank Ciano, doing his famous Terry Vine imitation, and not very well at that. Thank you very much, Frank. You're fired. And this is the real Terry Vine with Vine Women in Song, KYOL 93, where you are the star of the show. And I'm going to be talking to one of you beautiful stars, but it's not an easy choice. Shall I pick this one, or this one, or this one, or this one? Hi there. That's right, you can be talking to Terry Vine right now. All you have to do is pick up that phone and dial the number. Well, maybe we need a little mood music to get us all relaxed. Frank, you put on a record. Now come on, girls. There are plenty of lines open. This is Terry Vine, where you are the star of the show. And there's going to be Terry Vine on the line, and I'm waiting. Come on, ladies. You're not going to keep old Terry waiting, are you? Frank? Please?
It's Mr. Tyler on your private line.
Hi, Dad. No, I know it wasn't funny. It was just a joke, Mr. Tyler.
Why do we always come here for hot dogs?
Because this is the best place in town.
What are you, a hot dog gourmet?
What do you want?
2 red hots, a lot of sauerkraut, and that special sauce.
You got it.
Well, there was Red Shanks and the Wanderers with the Rocky Mountain Banjo Breakdown, and this is your old redneck buddy Terry Vine making your day from across the bay. I want to tell you that if you hang around your old dirt-kicking buddy Terry Vine, now he's going to take a little country music and a little
You like that, boy?
music, and he's going to wrap it up in a pretty little package and stick
What'd you
it
say?
in your ear.
I said you like that old boy.
And stomp your
He's all right.
All right, nothing. You just wait. In 5 years, he's going to be the biggest disc jockey in town.
I can wait.
I can even wait 10 years.
Let's get out of here.
Nice lady. Pretty color, lady. Okay. There you go. Oh, pretty lady.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Mr. Montague.
You're from Hillsdale Animal Hospital?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Montague had to go ashore for a few moments. I'll take you to the dog.
All right.
Don't forget the booster shots. And Mr. Montague wants her to get a general checkup. He's very fond of his dog. He thought this might encourage your special attention.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
And your name?
Conrad, sir.
Conrad. All right.
The only passenger to board in Juneau, Lieutenant. And then all the rest of them made the round trip. San Francisco to Alaska and then back. People don't journey by ship anymore. We're just a floating hotel. Did you ever happen to meet the victim? If I did, I certainly don't remember. Through here, please. This is his passport. Jean-Claude Jean-Claude Tabureau, a French name, but a Danish passport. It's not uncommon in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Would he have any other luggage?
If he did, it would have been placed in the corridor before midnight and already be ashore. I'll check with the steward.
Please.
Booked passage 2 months ago in the cruise line's Hong Kong office. Came aboard with a dog, a white poodle.
Well, that's the reason for this.
Well, where's the dog?
And where's the killer? Where's the motive? And where are the boys from the lab? Do they have a kennel on board?
I checked it. He took the dog out around midnight.
Well, that means the dog was here when the Frenchman was killed. All right, I want all his luggage sealed and tagged. I want the steward's name and address. I want a list of all the passengers and the crew. I want to know when and where that Frenchman was last seen alive.
Right. Oh, wait a minute. Do you know how many passengers are on a ship like this?
Yes. We'll have to talk to about 300 or 400. That is, if we skip the crew.
Hello? Yeah, the giant schnauzer. Tina's just finishing with him. Okay. Chop, chop. The dog's father away.
Hey, chop, chop yourself.
Don't you look beautiful? Don't you look beautiful? There you go.
Hey, baby, baby, come here, guy. Oh, you glad to see me? Huh? You not? Are you mad at me? Oh, I didn't mean to keep you here. Come on, we'll go home. Huh? Okay, we'll go home. Come on, come on. This way.
Yep. This one looks to me as though it's going to be a lot of headaches.
Murder on the high seas. Maybe we'll just have to sail with her. You know, take the cruise ourselves in order to properly investigate.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Well, just forget it. Come here and take a look at this. Tabarot, born in Algeria, citizen of England and Denmark, traveled on a ship from Alaska, killed in international waters, and discovered right here in our own city, San Francisco.
Sounds like a little United Nations.
Mike, this just came over the wire.
Interpol?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. You remember that bank vault that got blown in southern France about 5-6 months ago?
Yeah. Yeah, they tunneled in through the sewer.
Right. Well, Interpol's been watching your Frenchman. Now, they think he's moving some of the merchandise. Diamonds.
Offense?
Smuggler.
Let me see that.
He keeps a low profile, but he's been at it since the end of the war.
Ah, come on. I want to take a look at that luggage again.
Interpol's been watching him. How come they dropped the ball in Juneau?
Oh, they've been watching him for a long time. A month ago. Uh-oh.
Nothing.
What nothing? A motive. The Frenchman was killed for what was in here. He's been smuggling for 30 years. He should have picked up some savvy. Now, let's see. He wouldn't have been carrying the diamonds on himself, so where would he put them? Has the captain found that dog yet?
Not yet.
My guess is the jewels are either on the dog or in him.
Her.
What?
Her. It's a girl dog.
Doesn't miss a thing. There it is, duplicate collar. Interpol tell you the value of those diamonds?
6 million francs.
6 million, so what's that?
20 cents on the dollar. It's 1/5, $1.2 million.
$1.2 million.
That's a heavy collar.
That means we're looking for a killer and a dog. And they both may be smugglers.
So where do we start? There's over 400 passengers and crew, and the ship sails at noon tomorrow.
Yes, Mrs. Brown, I understand, but it has to be through the night. Look, if you can't get the pills down the cat, bring him over, and I'll do it for you, okay? Good.
Dr. Macarios.
You're the doctor?
Oh, no. I'm here for Mr. Montague's poodle.
Oh, right, from the ship. I had ordered a medicated bath. She should be ready. Conrad?
She's a beauty.
Yeah. I think you have the wrong caller.
I do? Oh, yeah, yours is one of the jeweled ones, wasn't it?
Yes, it had her rabies tag and her license.
Yeah, I'll bet you I know what happened. The phone rang, and I can almost guarantee you that it's on a giant schnauzer that belongs to a man named Weber.
In the neighborhood?
Yeah, I think so. Listen, let me give him a call. I'm sure I got his number here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. It's Paul Weber, and he's close by.
What's the address?
445 Park Presidio. No answer. I don't think he's home yet.
Why don't I leave the dog here a while longer, and I'll call on Mr. Weber.
Oh, all right. Listen, I'm sorry about this.
It's okay.
Are you sure it's the same dog?
Yes, sir. The white poodle, it belonged to the Frenchman. I walked it several times, like I said.
Where was the van parked?
Over there. I was helping Mrs. Trimble down the plank when it pulled away.
Did the dog look sick?
No. Maybe it was going for boarding. Sometimes that's arranged beforehand, you know.
But it was from a pet hospital, right?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry I can't remember the name, but I remember it said Animal Hospital on the side of the van.
You sure it said Animal Hospital?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
So we check pet hospitals.
You got it.
I'll be back in an hour, Joe. Hey, baby. You glad to be home, huh? Didn't like that hospital food, did you, huh? That's okay. I'll fix you something special for lunch, huh? Hey, what'd you do, boy? Swap collars? Huh? I bet you was a cute lady, huh? Don't worry. We'll give him a call as soon as we get home, okay? Come on.
Giant schnauzer hit by a car. Corner of Folsom and Bessie.
Okay, I'm a few blocks from there.
Yes. This is Inspector Dan Robbins, San Francisco PD. Trying to locate a white poodle that came in on the cruise liner Monterey this morning. The dog was picked up by a
Yes,
van
it was
at
a
Pier
poodle.
35.
Came in on the Monterey this morning, Pier 35. Uh-huh. What's that? She's there now. Did you say she? Good. Tell Dr. Macarius that we're on our way, and if anyone comes to pick up that dog, tell him to stall as much as he can. Hillsdale Animal Hospital.
Thank you very much for your help, but we just found it.
Her.
What?
It's a her. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Hey, you know, I've been thinking. Maybe the bet's is just a drop. A killer sends the dog there and somebody else comes to pick him up. I mean, pick her up.
Either way, we're ahead.
Well, there was someone here until 6 o'clock. You're welcome. Yes, sir. Can I help you?
I'm here for a friend of mine, Mr. Weber. He and his dog were in an accident about an hour ago, and the dog was brought here.
Weber, let's check. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. The dog didn't make it.
Are you sure?
It's a giant schnauzer, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Could you tell me where the dog is now?
Well, yeah, he'd be in the back. Well, when we know who the owner is, we can't dispose of the body until we have permission. Say, I wonder if you'd ask Mr. Weber to call us about Rex.
Of course.
Thank you.
Rex? Is that what you call him?
That's what it says here.
That's funny. I thought his name was Lex. Mr.
Spears, Fred Spears.
Mr. Spears. I'm not sure we're talking about the same dog. I wonder if I could see him just to make sure.
Well, you'll have to talk to the vet, Dr. Thompson. Hold on.
To die with grace. Animals do it so much better than humans. We cry, coming and going. Make all that fuss.
Was the dog dead when he got here, Doctor?
No, he died on my table. Did what I could, but never woke up. Is that your friend's dog?
Yes, I think so. He should have a collar.
I don't remember any collar.
Oh, he had one.
Fred, did you remove it?
Well, no, Doctor.
Well, maybe you've forgotten. How else would you know the dog's name?
Andy, I guess. He probably told me.
Who?
Andy Wilson. The driver who picked him up, he works the West End. Well, maybe he took the collar off to make the dog more comfortable. Mister, I'm telling you, that's the same dog.
Yeah. The lungs are good. The heart's normal. Well, everything's normal. Dog can't be more than about 2 years old.
How would diamonds show up in the X-ray?
It doesn't matter. They're not in this dog.
Doctor, is Tabudo a regular customer of yours?
Who?
The dog's owner.
I don't remember that name. No, the owner is Mr. J. Montague. He called from the ship, asked us to pick up the dog, this dog, at the pier and arrange for her booster shots.
Montague. Check the ship's list for that name. Yeah. You talked to a Montague?
One of the ship's officers, I think. I didn't get an address.
Did he have a French accent?
No, I don't think so.
He's not on the passenger list.
I don't understand. As I told you, there was a man here earlier from the ship. He said he came for Mr. Montague's dog.
Was it the same man who talked to you about the mix-up in the dog collars?
Yes. My assistant told him it had to be on Mr. Weber's dog.
Describe him.
Tall, maybe 6'2", about 30, 35. Sandy hair, blue eyes, I think.
How was he dressed?
Slacks, sport jacket, neatly dressed.
Now all we need is Mr. Weber's address.
445 Park Presidio, but he isn't home. I asked my secretary to buzz us if he should answer his phone. But listen, Lieutenant, I'm not sure. But the man who called from the ship, I think he did have a slight accent. Not French, though. Swedish or Norwegian.
Like the man who came for the poodle?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I don't care where we are. Our radio phones can connect us with any place on Earth.
You keep a record of each call?
Oh, yeah, that's standard procedure. You know, billing, tax purposes.
Well, we're trying to figure out who placed a call to San Francisco yesterday morning.
That's no problem. You have the number?
Dan. It was to a vet hospital. Hillsdale Animal Hospital.
Whoa, I don't have to look that one up. That would be Olaf. Thor Olafsson. Ship's purser. It was the only call he made.
Is he a tall guy, sandy-haired, blue-eyed?
With a worried, kind of anxious look. Yeah, that's Olaf.
Well, what was he worried about?
Well, Olaf is, you know how a bell captain in a hotel always knows where the action is. You know, girls, gambling.
And?
Well, on these cruise ships, the purser fills that role. I mean, if there's anything going on, and I mean anything, the purser knows.
What about smuggling?
What about it?
Would he get involved that way?
Well, that depends. I mean, we all have a bit of greed, even me, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. Let's stick with Olafsson for a while, shall we?
Look, fellas, he's a friend of mine.
Was he a friend of the Frenchman's?
I don't know. Well, I guess they knew each other. I mean, I saw him talking a couple of times on the trip.
What else?
Well, there's really nothing much I can tell you. I mean, all I can say is that Olaf has been on these ships for 17 years. I mean, he spent half his life on these ships. He's gone as far as he can go. I mean, so he's looking for something, you know, an out. Big money, fast and easy.
He told you as much?
Well, only to me, you know. I mean, we're kind of drinking buddies. Look, I know about the stabbing. But Olaf wouldn't do that. Not for $1 million.
What about $1.2 million?
When does he due back on board?
8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
8 o'clock. Now, the cruise line ought to have a picture of him. We'll pick that up. Come on, Dan. Let's put on an APB on Olafsson.
No, I'm just a friend of his. Mr. Weber would like to know if you have the dog and if he's all right. Yes. Just a minute. It's Dr. Thompson at the animal shelter, and he wants to talk to you.
Dr. Thompson? This is Paul Weber. How's Rex?
Dr. Thompson? Oh. Yes. No, we'll pick him up and make the arrangements ourselves. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say to you.
Betty, it's okay. Nothing to cry over. It was a good dog.
I know how much you loved him, baby. That's why I love you. Come on, that's good. Go ahead.
This is Unit 7 on that accident report in front of 1838 Carlton. The guy may have said he knew me, but there's nothing around here, so I'm going to cruise the neighborhood just in case, and Then I'm on my way home.
Okay, Andy.
Andy Wilson?
Yeah, you the guy that called?
Drive.
Hey, look, mister.
Drive.
It's about evenly divided between dogs and cats. But we do have monkeys, rabbits, hamsters, even a few turtles.
It's really very pretty, Mr. McAllister.
You're welcome to roam as long as you want, and the grounds are always open.
I want to get him a headstone.
We can help you with that when you pick out a coffin.
But, you know, reasonable, you know. Some of these things are bigger than I'd want for myself. It's only a dog.
How long has the cemetery been here?
About 35 years. Now, this is the plot I showed you on the map. You look around, take your time. I'll wait for you in the reception hall.
Thank you.
So, what do you think?
I don't know, babe. It's up to you. And I'm just your friendly neighborhood lady.
All right. Sit.
Excuse me, Mr. Weber.
Yes.
Mike Stone, San Francisco Police. And you're,
Betty Richland.
What is it? Something about the accident?
partially, yes. One of your clerks at your store told us about the dog and where you were.
I see.
Yesterday, you had your dog at the Hillsdale Animal Hospital for a, what was it, a medicated bath?
It's close. I always take him there.
Only this time, one of the attendants mixed up the dog collars.
That's right. I was going to call him about it when we got hit. Hey, look, what's this all about?
Mr. Weber, was your dog wearing that collar when he was hurt?
Yeah, so what?
Well, you see, that collar could be tied into a murder investigation.
What?
What are you talking about?
Would you be kind enough to describe that collar?
Look, I really didn't get a good look at it. You know what I mean? It was just a collar, one of those fancy fake jewel things.
Rhinestones.
Yeah, I guess.
Have you ever seen this man before?
No.
Mike? I'll be right there. Thank you, Mr. Weber. I'm going to have to pick up that collar for evidence. You understand, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Bye. What is it?
It's Tanner. We've got another homicide. Would you believe it, dog catcher? What? A driver for one of the SPCA emergency units out on Pier 45.
Tanner, give me the time of death.
Sometime late yesterday. It's another stabbing, Mike. Only this time we've got a witness, a sailor.
Hold on to him. Then check the animal shelter and find out if the murder victim picked up a schnauzer belonging to a man named Weber.
How long ago?
Yesterday. Hit by a truck.
10-4.
You think it's Olafson?
I don't know. It's a long shot. But he's the only one I know who's chasing $1 million dog collar.
What about you and me?
Come on, will you? Let's go.
Didn't say he was beaten. And cut.
A lot. Like whoever did it wanted some information.
What else? I checked with the shelter. You called it right. The deceased did pick up that black schnauzer yesterday. The shelter says the last they heard from him, he'd responded to an emergency call, but it was a no-show.
Or a trap.
Yeah.
Where's the witness?
Over here. His name's Walachi. No papers, no money, no English, and, well, at least not much.
What did he do, jump ship?
That's the way I piece it together. It's a Russian registry, but I think he's a Pole. Mr. Walachi, this is Lieutenant Stone of Homicide.
Lieutenant.
Hello. I want you to tell me what you saw.
A man. Big. With a knife.
Did you see him kill?
Yes.
Describe him. What did he look like? This the man?
Oh, yes, that him.
Olafson.
Yeah. The Monterey sales at noon.
Is your man on it?
Not since the last time we checked.
Thank you.
Oh, Mike? The man's here illegally.
Well, think of him as a political refugee. Send him over to the Polish-American Seamen's Association. They'll take care of him.
Whatever you say.
Dziękuję.
What kind of a human being would murder a boy like Andy? And then all the barriers have been blown away, haven't they?
So help us get this one.
How can I help?
Weber's dog, Rex. Andy brought him in.
Well, yes, that would be Andy.
Did the dog have a collar?
I don't know. Simply don't know. All this fuss about a collar. What is it? Solid gold?
Was there somebody else asking about that collar? Doctor, come on.
Yes, he even asked where he could find Andy.
What did he look like?
I don't know. He was a tall man, very muscular, about 35.
You have a name?
I don't remember the names of people. It's some kind of an accent. German, I think.
Or Swedish?
Well, that could be.
Is that the man?
I don't know. Yes, I think so.
Dr. Thompson, did anyone else come into contact with the dog besides yourself?
Oh, how would I know? All kinds of people coming in and out here all day long, trying to find their pets, buy new ones. Health inspector was in here yesterday. Delivery people, my assistants. Children. Lots of kids.
Doctor, my picture, please.
Oh, well, leave a number. If I find a collar, I'll call you.
Well, will you come to the dog shop?
Okay, I'll think about it.
Come on, you're just saying that. Did I ever tell you about Barron? See, I was 12 when he disappeared, and they had to send me home from school because I couldn't stop crying. It was the first time I ever lost anything that I loved.
Now you're gonna tell me how you got another dog and you love that one just as much, right?
Just give it a try. I mean, if it doesn't work, Paul, it doesn't work.
Well, I had Rex for 13 years. I don't need another dog.
Okay. Then would you stop moping around like it was the end of the world?
Betty, when my wife died of cancer, I didn't run out and buy another one.
No, you didn't. But maybe you should have after a time.
Betty, wait. I'm sorry. All right, look, I'll go with you.
Stay right there.
Dr. Thompson. I saw that collar. on the dog when your driver took him from the accident?
You already said that.
He brought it here.
Yeah, look, well, I'm afraid I can't help you.
It came here, and it never left. You had since yesterday to hide that collar.
Why would I want to do a thing like that?
They're diamonds. Doctor, there's $1 million there, maybe more. Now, either you or one of your people have it.
But you're wrong now. Let go of me.
Hey, now, to kill you would mean nothing. So you tell me.
So you're sure he's not hitting the board? I see. All right, Captain, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll let you know. Yeah, bon voyage. That was Captain Gregory. Monterey just pulled away without Olafson. They had to sign on a new purser.
That means he's still in the city.
And no way to trace him. He's got no friends, family, or known hangouts in the Bay Area.
Did you check the St. Francis?
Yeah, he stayed there for 2 weeks last summer, but he hasn't registered since. At least not in his own name. What's all the scribbling?
Scribbling, that's a chart. Now, the collar was on the dog when it was on the ship. From there, I went over to the Hillsdale Animal Hospital where some attendant got the collars all mixed up and put it on a dog belonging to Mr. Weber. Now, that dog was in an accident. A truck hit it. And I'm sure the collar was on the dog when it was in that accident.
Which means Olafson must have witnessed the accident and then followed the SPCA truck back to the animal shelter.
And the guy that was driving the SPCA truck was Andy Wilson. Now, I'm sure he didn't have possession of that dog more than, oh, I'd say 20 minutes. And then from there, it went to Dr. Thompson.
Who doesn't remember ever seeing the collar, if he's telling the truth.
Oh, he's telling the truth. I believe him. Anybody could have stolen that collar at the animal shelter. An attendant, receptionist, anybody at all.
If Andy Wilson took it, he paid a high price for it.
Homicide, Stone. When did it happen? All right, we're coming right over. The animal shelter. Somebody tried to kill Dr. Thompson.
See you later, honey. Okay, come here, girl. That's it, sit. Oh, that's my good girl, yeah. Huh? You gonna win the show today, huh? Oh, yeah. Best of breed, that's what you are. That's the best of breed. That's my girl. Okay. Okay, hop in. Oh, good girl. Good girl, yeah.
Follow that blue station wagon.
Was it Olafson?
Yes. He's crazy. He's gone after Spears.
Who?
My assistant. He thinks he has the collar.
I'm gonna get the address.
No, wait. He's not at home. I let him off early today to go to a dog show.
Where?
The Cow Palace.
Cow Palace. Come on, let's go.
Greyhounds, pick up your armbands in ring number 5.
Listen, I got you here. You know, you might as well pretend you're having a good time.
How do you put up with me?
Oh, you puppies got to be housebroken.
Hold still. Yeah, you're gonna be on in a few minutes. That's a good girl. That's a good girl.
Irish setters to ring number 1, please.
Go, my friend. Huh?
Bassett's, pick up your armbands and ring number 2.
Here. Okay. All right. There you go.
Group judging will begin at 4:30.
Stay. Stay. Good girl. Stay. That's a good girl. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Stay, girl. Stay. Stay.
What happened? She met up with the wrong guy?
That's why they're free. You can take your pick. They're just darling. How old are they?
6 weeks.
So, what do you think?
I think you're pushing me.
You got it.
I'll think about it. Thanks. Come on, let's watch the show.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. Okay, girl, we'll win next time, okay? Come on, girl. Yeah, we'll win it next time.
Mr. Spears.
Oh, it's you.
Sorry it didn't win.
Yeah, well, maybe next time.
Nice looking dog. What's his name?
It's her, Candy.
Candy. Hello, Candy. It's a pretty collar.
Thank you. Listen, nice to see you. I've got to get home.
You had it all along, didn't you?
What?
The collar. You stole it for yourself.
Look, mister, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you hand me over that collar. It's mine.
Hey, mister, look, I don't want any trouble.
It's mine! What, are you crazy?
the guy.
Let's go. Come on, Weber. Get off it. Get off it.
You're under arrest, mister, for murder.
What's the matter with you? Now, he didn't kill your dog. Take it easy.
Let's go.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I guess I am now.
All right. All right, folks, that's all. Go back. Come on, go back. It's all over. We're the police. Go back to the show. Come on. That's it. This collar doesn't belong to you, does it?
Well, sure. It's just,
Stolen property. I know where it came from. Now, if you don't want to get involved in a murder case, well, you'd better give it to me.
It's just a pretty collar. I didn't think anyone would care.
When you take something from somebody that doesn't belong to you, someone always cares. You know that man was ready to kill you for it?
What I don't understand is why would he pick my hospital?
Well, it's because you're only a few blocks away from the pier. I'm sure he must have walked by here many times before.
How you doing, huh? What's wrong with you?
Ringworm, but he's been cured.
What are you looking? Want to get a pet?
I don't know.
Inspector, dogs have a great need for love and companionship. Are you married?
No, he's not married.
No.
And you're not home very much, are you?
No, he's not home much at all.
I guess that's true.
Then why don't you wait a bit? I don't quite think you're a dog person yet.
I happen to love dogs.
So, get married, get a dog. But you know, he's right. No, you don't look like a dog person. Not yet. Better do something about it. Maybe a cat person, but not a dog person.
So, have you decided?
The answer's yes.
She needs a place to stay, right? Anyway, she's got my collar on.
Well, then I guess she's your dog.
Come on, lady. Let's go home.
Now, that dog will be cared for.
You know, you're right. Actually, I guess I ought to wait until you have really good police stuff.
A police dog? Oh, come on.
I thought that was pretty good. He just doesn't have a sense of humor.